Hey everybody, I'm making this vlog because, well, as you know, I vlog. But also, I received this email that was just completely annoying. And it is a linchpin example of this ridiculous problem that a number of people have where they don't understand how to distinguish a blog post from an article, all right? Let alone an influencer from someone who claims to be a journalist. Regular viewers of this channel know that I say that I'm a vlogger, and not a journalist. So here's what Madeline, who's a PR and communications consultant who represents the people who are starting this restaurant called Tribune, but also started another one called Town Revival, okay, wrote. And this is how it goes. I saw your most recent article about Tribune, and I kindly ask that you rewrite all the factual inaccuracies. The press release sent was for the Tribune, not Town Revival. They are two separate restaurants. In what way did the press release make it seem as though these three partners, two of whom are chefs, one is not, are not aware of the current pandemic? I'll get to that in a second. It is completely irresponsible for you to assume that the team behind these restaurants is not taking the situation at hand seriously. If you would like to responsibly report on the announcement of Tribune, I'm happy to facilitate an interview with the parties involved so that you might do your journalistic duty of correctly reporting on the facts, not assumptions. I'm also curious why you felt it necessary to mention the maskless photographs that were included, because they were there. Not only were those taken before the pandemic, there's no mention of timeliness. So let me get this straight. First of all, Madeline, I vlog, okay? And you have to understand something. You reach out to me, you need to understand that absent direct contact with me, what you get is going to be news commentary. Also, and I'll be very blunt, Zenny 62 Media is not your client. It is not my job to represent your voice. I have my opinion and my view based on what I read. And what you sent initially didn't communicate anything other than the title about Tribune. Now, to a person who's a longtime Oaklander, when I see Tribune, I think Tribune Tower, okay? When I see this, all right? When I see this, okay, this is it. When I see Tribune, you see this? Everyone in Madeline? When I see Tribune here, I think Tribune Tower, okay? Was it wrong for me to think that? Obviously it was. But then, look, she's got in the first paragraph a link to Town Revival website. So when I press on this link, this is what happens, folks. Right here, look. This is what happens, okay? It takes me to Town Revival restaurant. So what am I supposed to think? But it's about Town Revival, you know, all right? So she's blaming me. It says a homecoming. She's blaming me for a misinterpretation of her message, okay? No, she's blaming me for misinterpretation of her message. Oh, and then it gets better, all right? So that's the website, right? Okay? That's the website. So then it talks about the Tribune chopped salad and da-da-da-da. And okay, fine, all right? And then it gets to the photographs that she wants me to use. And then it doesn't. Now here's Tribune Oakland. This is finally I get here. I only got this far because I'm busy. Boom. That's all. That's as far as I got. So down here, she has these photographs that are in this Town Revival website. This is where I started. Okay. And because this is all I saw, and I'm looking down, I'm thinking, all right, they had no idea that there's a pandemic. And for some reason, their there it is. Now their website moves, okay? You see? All right, this is what I saw. okay? A neighborhood joint, a homage to, and I saw that, okay? And because that was the first example, that was in the first paragraph. So when you're busy, what do? You look for the first paragraph, all right? So if I go down here to the website tribuneoakland.com and I, click it here, right? And it opens, all right? There's the Tribune, okay? So it's about the building, all right? Okay. And opening spring, okay? Fine. Look at the menu, all right? In downtown Oakland, okay, fine. See you Tribune, okay? There's still nothing to me at all. There's nothing here that expresses any thoughts about us being in the middle of a pandemic or anything. And let's face it, there are a number of people with restaurants, iconic restaurants in Oakland, that are having massive problems maintaining themselves as a going concern. Some people have been without payment for 8 months at a time. 8 months. To show zero sensitivity to that is a completely boneheaded mistake. And I can't put it in any other way than that, and that is my opinion, and Madeline, I'm entitled to it. Okay? This is the 21st century, and people out there who are involved in media must stop acting like this is the 20th century. We're in a world where someone half my age or less can get on a platform and immediately gains millions of followers because they just happen to express something or did something at the right time. They are the people that really move the needle, and that style moves the needle. We're at a time where our politics have been racked by people who get on social media or get on the radio, which translates to social media, say the most outlandish and divisive things, and everybody thinks that's the mainstream norm, when in point of fact, no right-thinking person, no person with a sensible brain even thinks that way. All right? We're at a time when our very society has been torn asunder by media tech. And in all of this, you expect me to basically correct your mistakes. I had to read all the way to the bottom of your letter to me. And it was long, and I don't have that kind of time. I just don't, okay? To get what you were talking about, what you said you were talking about in your missive to me, which is what it was. That's wrong. And not only that, you should have, if there was some issue, you should have mainly been nice and said, hey, Mr. Abraham, I'm just calling you because I want to talk about a press release I sent to you that might have communicated something the wrong way. You were not polite toward me at all, and that's why I did this. You were rude. It wasn't an article that I put out. It was my opinion, okay? In any way that I put out something that didn't square with what you sent to me, that's really your fault. And it's your fault because you're the director of how you want other people to think about what you put out. Okay? So this is something you need to straighten out. My recommendation to you and to your clients is, if you want something said a certain way by an influencer, you need to tell the influencer or be your own influencer, or both. But articles don't cut it today. Blog posts and vlogs do. Videos have a much greater travel, and in my case, I do multi-platform. All right? So that's it. Subscribe to Zinni62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. Oh, and by the way, Madeline, I started Oakland's first blog, and I'm Oakland's first YouTube partner channel creator, going all the way back to starting on YouTube in 2006, and then I was invited to be a YouTube partner thanks to the late oh, no, not late, thanks to the great Steve Groves and Mia Quagliano in 2008, the beginnings of the program. I've been around a while. So if you have a question, ask. But to send a missive like that was really insulting. And yeah, I admit I made a mistake in interpreting what you wrote, but doggone it, what you wrote was just so gobbledygook. I'm still like, you're talking about the Tribune. I'm thinking Tribune Tower, right? Because it's the tower. So that's what I think of first. I don't think of the restaurant. It wasn't clear to me. I had to read all the way through it to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. Give it to me in the first paragraph what I'm doing. I mean, directly. And then have a link to the website in the first paragraph. Don't have me going all the way down to the bottom of the thing, which I just figured out now because I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff. A lot. So, it's on you, you know? Later.